I ain't getting paid with you, my color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Blue 80. Settles the mic. They gonna need some therapy after this. Slam. 36. 22. Alert 3. Alert 3. Check your hot read. 21. Under 10. 10. Hatchet. Ready to go.
Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they decline it, as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, shoot!
Now Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, but the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard.
42 to Mike. 42 to Mike. Check safety, check safety.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, Tuesday.
Now Ito Smith, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, Mike's 42. Mike's 42. 6 man. Hey, easy.
To throw, it's Breeze. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Going up top. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
25. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Check.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Here's Ginn.
The Saints take over.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped, and the Falcons grab it. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you're talking about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Silver. Mike's 4-2. Mike's 4-2. Here we go. Start Mike 42. Hey, easy. Here we go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
You're good. Ready.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Fielded at the 33. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hardy. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
Justin Hardy's sort of an undersized guy at 5'10", but he runs physical and he runs tough. In fact, his teammates call him the Wolf because of his special teams play. How about that play right there? Nice job picking up the 1st down.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
7 yards there and a first down.
The Saints spent a third-round pick on Traquan Smith out of UCF in 2018, and what a thrilling season for him. He was the guy that caught the pass from Drew Brees that moved him past Peyton Manning to become the all-time leading passer in NFL history.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd and 12, Brees. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Brees on 3rd down. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's 2nd down.
Check, Mike 42. Sammy. Mike's 4-2, Mike's 4-2.
Brees to throw again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there, and it's 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game, and boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, Mike's 42, Mike's 42.
Now Brees again. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
42, Mike's 42. Hey, come on, oh, come on. Oh. Hey, wahoo. 42, Mike 42. Bring it. Mike 42, Mike 42.
They do go for it. It's Brees. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, you know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
53's Mike. Good. Mike 4, ready. Too little, cut. Watch the ship.
Brees now on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Smith.
Brees pass. Complete to Traquan Smith. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Here we go, here we go. Banjo. 12, 12.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. Kill, 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 kill. 11, 11, 11. Lost the pass.
On play action. Now Breeze. Smith catches left side.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Kill, kill, turn it up. Kill, 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 turn it up. Hey, easy.
Throwing again on second down. Breeze. Flush to his right. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing now is Breeze. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, second best in the league, and they'll try it here.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Ricky. Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. 59. All day, baby, all day. Tonight.
Breeze going to go on 4th down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cook. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons' offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
There's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.
That's right. Get off the train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on fourth down. Bree's going to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Grady Jarrett. Thank goodness. That means this next drive is going to begin first and goal already at the 5-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. That's on the first guard selected in the draft back in April, Chris Lindstrom from BC. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal.
Kill. 21. Kill. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Now Mostert. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal.
Switch it.
Mostert. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Throwing on second and long. Ryan. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's third and 3. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go. Back.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe. That might.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Let's go. Hey, 5-7.
Breeze will try again on second down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Easy work. It's easy work. It's coming again.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Now, meanwhile, they go for on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Spot. Hey, wait. Spot. No. Check. Hey, let's go.
This time Ryan will throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Time to go. Night.
On the run, it's Smith. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And no move by Dan Quinn to get the offense off the field. They're staying out there, and they're going for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Saints will have the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 79 yards. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Yes, Michael Thomas is a volume receiver, but he can also make some really big plays, especially with Drew Brees throwing the football.
I love the way you described it. Volume receiver who could also make big plays. In other words, if you underestimate him, he'll run past you or he'll just jump over the top of you and continue to make those big plays.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it. Didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. On the ground, this is Smith. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Check. SOS.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Let's go. Watch twist. Slam.
Ryan. It's caught. Jones. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Get ready. Mike's 47. All day, just like that.
Here's Mostert. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Ready. Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47. All day. Hey, wait. Show it up. Go.
Here's Ryan. On the move to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense... And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Breeze. He's got room to run past the 20. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 42.
From the gun, it's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, Haywood.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43.
1st down, Saints.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
59's Mike. Check, 59. Get in the weight room.
Hey, seam 6.
Again, it's Breeze. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kelvin Benjamin. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on? And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 99, check 99.
Again, it's Smith. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 47. Check, 47. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch 27.
They'll try and run forward with Smith. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is Mostert. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith. with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Falcons 42, Saints 14. Matt Bryant sets the kickoff.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up second down.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
To throw, it's Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Here we go, here we go.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And Gibbs got it. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Here we go.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Buying time to his left. And he'll let it fly in the direction again. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Breeze. Just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say,
it's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 9. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. After the run, Smith going to throw. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. They'll run it now with Smith. He finds an opening past the 40. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ito Smith, 72 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now a toss going left. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
You ready? It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
New Orleans.
Joker, kill.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one and another first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A run, it's Murray. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch the safety creep.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Watch the out.
53.
45.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it will wind up just being incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now Breeze again. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Flushed out right. The open man is Smith. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Mike's 42. Mike's 42.
Hey, Delta.
It's our time.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw on 2nd and 10. Breeze to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
12. 42. I got you, son. We go 21. 42's the mark. 42's the mark. Here we go. Let's bring it.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The left side completion to Jones. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. The Falcons on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. This is Smith. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no doubt about it.
Maybe some pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
Up is magic. With the game, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They try to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, people claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space.